Okay, so we left off at the fountain here. Thinking about it, I think what we're going to try tonight is going down to Old City. Now, in an actual route, I believe Old City can be avoided entirely. But we're going to check it out just to see... Well, let's see if we can figure out any interesting shortcuts and see what kind of items we can get down there that might help us shave some time off elsewhere. So to get there, we first have to get to the library, which should be not that way. Actually, let's try. We really got to work on this lock-picking shortage. This is the difficulty of not having an actual thief. A thief would get much better at this naturally, but with the bard and the ninja, it's really only going to happen at level up unless we can get some spells to help out. Okay, so this one we have one more shot at. Really still feel like there has to be a way to manipulate this lockpicking. I mean, there's the full cheating way, which is where I can slow the cycles down to nothing, but I don't want to do that. I want to do this properly and just abuse any glitches I can find. Okay, so that doesn't help because we already jammed the door. Actually, that's interesting. With it jammed... Oh yeah, the second one's jammed. Okay, that makes sense. Unfortunately, there's not really anything we need back there. I've now completely lost track of where we are. Should have been paying closer attention. Okay, we're back at the main entrance to the city. So, the library. That's what we were actually looking for. The library. And the library should... That's the bank. Yes, I know. Okay. So that's the ocean. We need to go out there eventually, but before we can do that, we need to get the boat that is in this building, not this building, this building, which we could actually skip to pretty easily if we could get into the bank. If we can get into the bank, then we could get into this building and solve the puzzle because we already know what the maps say. That would unlock the secret boat. But the boat is useless without the power source, which is an entirely different city. So that's something that doesn't save us a ton of time because we still have to get the power source, and there's really no other way to get across the water. And we need to get across the water because that's where the Astral Domine is, and we can't win the game without that. So again, if we can figure out how to route that as quickly as possible, that would be a huge time saver. Or we could just wander in circles like I'm doing. That's also an option. Okay. Let's take another shot at figuring out what we can do with lockpicking. Not much. Alright, how can we manipulate locks? What if we try... Well, using the actual item on it, that's always good, but that's not... it's not really helping shortcut anything. Right, we'll always take some free Gorns, though. Experience is experience. So these Gorn Spearmen are among the weakest enemies in the game. I think they have something like 7 HP. Their attack is pretty bad. They always attack in huge groups, but they're super easy to slaughter. Unfortunately, not worth much in the way of XP. Again, I feel like there's some sort of abuse that could be done here with the equip screen during combat. What that abuse is, I haven't figured out yet. But that's something to screw around with. I wonder... Actually, we're going to come back to that. I just had an idea. Alright, let's find another combat and try something. She gains so many stats each level. This is fantastic. She's going to start outpacing all the other characters pretty quickly. Alright, so she's already got swimming where we need it. So let's get climbing up. And actually, let's give her a little extra boost in swimming to help. Okay, so restful is a useful one when we get into swimming, because that's going to restore everybody's stamina, which is pretty critical. Okay. Now, the library that I keep talking about and not getting to. Okay, Umpani are a lot tougher. They have a ton of hit points. The weaker ones don't hit too hard, but they just absorb damage, so they can really eat up time. Okay, we're gonna test something here and see if that works. Well, first of all, we should have equipped that a while ago. I want to see. No, okay. That would have been interesting. Can we? Just screwing around with things in menus until something breaks. I don't remember if the Walry Blade is better than the Bastard Sword. Don't think it is, but we'll hold on to that just in case. What other items am I sitting on that I haven't identified yet? Okay, so her skill's getting better there. Oh, our ninja's not wearing any of his armor. That would be a huge help. Wow. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure we equipped that, so what did we do that unequipped it? Where are we? The sad part is I literally have a map I could look at, and I'm just being too stubborn to do so. That's really not great for speeding up routing. Oh wait, I know where we are now. Haha. Yep, okay. Okay, there's a giant book there that I believe we can skip entirely because we can bypass that part of the route. It really triggers the whole chain that ends with us getting the map that we got already because we knew about the Holy Sacrament. And then this is our good friend, Professor Wonderland. Yep, he's gonna yell at us for a bit. And he talks really slowly. Okay, so we know what we want from him is Old City Access. That was actually not what we wanted. That was the slowest thing to type. What I wanted to type was archives. Okay, so now we get to hear this whole long story. So anyway, the story he's telling us is basically that all the races of this planet used to live in harmony with the Astral Domine, and then religion happened, and now they all hate each other. So, very, very compelling. It apparently also drove their evolution, which is pretty powerful. So you can see if you get into a conversation you don't want to, it can eat a lot of time. Oh boy. What I actually meant to type was that. What's fascinating is playing this game years ago, I don't know how you were ever supposed to know that that's what you're supposed to ask him. The archives are not referenced anywhere that I've ever seen. I knew it because I got a clue from someone else and they got it from a clue book or something like that, but the actual answer is not in the game. Alright, so we could have saved a bunch of time there by not having that terrible conversation. So he gives us a key that we can get into Old City. And to get into Old City we have to go through a few big fights. So this hide command, we eventually want to get most of the party to have the ability to hide, because when it's successful, it takes them out of combat until they attack, so they can't be hit, which is a great way to avoid a lot of damage. And when they do attack, it does bonus damage on their sneak attack. So for the people who can get the hide skill, we want to build it up, and the people who don't have it, we want to eventually switch them into classes where they can access it. I like that my ninja seems to be getting hit more since I put his armor on. I guess it's weighing him down. Yeah, these guys can be a pain, but I think we can get through this. Actually, let's just hit him with a big old... So, a big part of the combat system is you can't target individual creatures, you can only target groups. So it's very hard to focus damage on an injured enemy to try and eliminate them. You just have to hope that when your people hit, they hit the right one. Bianca. Okay, that should be a nice chunk of XP. Yep. See, Ninja is not gaining much in the way of stats. Alright, he's maxed out there. Alright. Oh, man. Honestly tempted to put it into Skullduggery to try and outpace our Bard, but... So we're going to swing by. Haven't broken much yet other than me breaking my ability to navigate and just wandering in circles for a while, trying to remember where things are. We're about to go visit a dungeon that we can probably skip entirely, but for the sake of planning a route, we're going to check it out. Okay. So let's get our free healing, and then on to Old City. On the upside, it did give us some nice high XP encounters to make us a little more ready for Old City. Alright, so that's good enough, and here we go. Alright, so we want to get back to that Forbidden Zone that I stumbled into earlier when I went the wrong direction. Which should be this way. No, wait. Yeah. Actually, I want to pop into Palooks again for a second. Again, when he updates, I don't know if he updates based on time or based on your level, but occasionally he gets really good pieces of armor. You just have to waste time listening to him talk again. Okay, so he's got nothing new yet. So that was a waste. I should really just load up my map. Save so much time. I am the dad refusing to stop and ask for directions. Yeah, no, I honestly, I think it is just based on in-game days. So when you don't rest, I think you actually slow down when you have the opportunity to get the new items. No, I know this is the right spot. Where was I? That's Tyrish's house. That should be there. You know what? I'm getting my map. All right. We are at the bank and loan. And we need to get to Old City, which is over by... All right. Right. Also, there's certain tiles when you step on them, no matter how many times you've read the description, it will display it again, so those are good to avoid when speed is desired. Alright, yes, there we go. Just was one turn off. Alright, so condemned area, very ominous. We need to pick our way in here first, which we can't do right. Don't believe the key works on the outside door, so this is really... Yeah, this lack of thief is really causing problems. Yeah. You know what we might need to do? Let's... Reminds me that we can maybe... just avoid this problem with some knock-knock scrolls from the local magic salesman, who we have not visited yet. Yeah, these guys suck. Yeah, alright, we're not ready to face them. Yeah, the Dane are all magic, and they will throw it with abandon. Alright, so we do want a Dane, because we want a Dane who's going to sell us magic. And he, if I recall correctly, should be very close to here. That's probably bad, but if they're the Wimpy Dane, they might actually drop the magic item that we're looking for. So what we're looking for are either a wand called Knock Knock Sticks or a Knock Knock Scroll, because that will open... That will help us open locks that we can't do right now while we build up our thief. Our bard. actually, again, making things more complicated than they need to be. Well, you know, you might be right, because if we can get early knock-knock scrolls, that would let us skip a lot. So maybe I should be prioritizing that. Alright, yeah, these are Dane initiates, which they're super squishy. So if you remember, when spells backfire, the enemy spells can backfire too, which is hilarious and great. Alright, so the problem is that Belcanzer only shows up at night, and it is daytime right now, so we have to rest. And as we've covered, resting can be dangerous. But at least we get our stamina back. Now, you kind of have to judge when it's officially night by the shade of the sky. No, okay, not quite yet. Alright, that's probably safely night. Okay, so he's got at least one scroll, that's good. Be better if he had knock-knock sticks, but he doesn't. Alright, so this is a big investment, but we really need it. Now the downside is scrolls can fail as well. Basically any magic in this game can potentially fail. Especially if you have someone who can't cast it using it. So, boy, I haven't. Yeah, I think we just do it through here. Yep. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so gross place, that's fine. Slimes. The ugliest enemy in the game. Now, unfortunately, I remember that there is a massive battle with slimes down below. That sucks. That will definitely be trying to get a good enemy mix on. Yeah, I know. It's you're kind of rolling along, and all of a sudden it's like, oh hey, here's 15 slimes and 2 incredibly toxic slimes that can insta-kill your people. so she's gaining levels super fast, and she's getting so many stats per level. Except for hit points. Oh well. Okay, so we want that. We're just gonna keep... Alright, so she's actually in the best shape of anybody for climbing. Yeah, actually, Hold Monsters could be an amazing spell. Okay. She's got the key. No, he's got the key. Okay, so we're first to get here, which is no surprise because we are jumping ahead of all the NPCs. Let's get that light heal. Alright. So again, we don't really need anything down here. We don't need the map. I really just want to see if we can get a nice XP boost, or if there's any incredibly useful items. Witches. They can also wreck you pretty quickly. They can cast some nasty, nasty magic. Alright, well, let's see how our Hold Monsters works. They just love to load you with status effects. If they keep casting silence, that's fine. Waste your turns on that. I'm okay with that. See, again, no, she's helping out. Come on, guys. Just one more hit. Hey, all right. So now, unfortunately, we have to rest off all these status effects. And some of them can take a while. Some of them are pretty quick, but others can linger. Alright, again, this is where our lack of thief is gonna bite us. Let's try that. Alright, no. Really hoping that we can get a Book of Knock Knock out of this. But we have to actually get the chest open successfully first. like that they designed it so you can't save scum the traps or the chests because it's random every single time. So you can't go in, identify it, and then come back and know what it is. It's going to be different every single time. Hilariously bad timing on these. How can we do better without a thief? Alright, actually, how far is she from leveling? Oh, she's a ways away. I was going to say we could level up and come back, but that's going to take a while. Alright. Let's just do one more time here. If not, we'll wander off and try something else. Except I think we really need this key. Do actually, this is a good mix of traps as they go. You know what? We'll maybe take that one. Half the party's paralyzed. That's okay. We can sleep it off. Then we will probably get attacked immediately. Ugh, come on. Well, that was close to useful. Actually, this is a great one. That is totally fine. Our two spellcasters kept their magic power. That's what matters. We're so low level that we can regenerate that very quickly. Alright, so hopefully this has all been worth it. Mm-hmm. No, I don't remember. Did I give him identify? No, I didn't. Alright. So now we can go face this big, horrible battle. We should probably make some cursory preparations here. Alright, just got a cherry bomb, that's good. I'm gonna give that to him. That's probably one of the better versions of this you can get. It's these Puxic Oozes. They are brutal. So we're going to see what we can do on them. So that poison will, well, Bianca went down immediately, but that poison would kill Walden even if nothing else happens. I used to have this belief when I was younger that if you went sideways into the battle, you would get a better mix. That is objectively untrue. Alright. See, I feel... I still feel like from a routing standpoint, our best bet... Again, we don't need to be down here. Came down here only to see if that book was going to be what we wanted. Beating this battle now is really just a matter of luck. So are we better served? What that did remind me is that she's the one with Identify. Alright, that's pretty useful. It's odd that it gave us 3 of them. Hold on to that. Sorry, this is just me. See if I can break anything. Low number of minions, but still 2 Puxic Oozes. Hey, that's actually amazing. Remember when I said earlier this would be useful? This is where we'll find out. Now that's satisfying. So again, the problem with speeding through these things is when you get multiple groups, you just can't focus fire. So even if it's 2 groups of weak enemies, you kind of split your party amongst them. And these skeletons are generally pretty weak, but they can also, some of them can drain you. Which could be a big problem because it takes away hit points permanently. Alright, so that's 2 characters who are maxed on swimming and climbing now, which is good. Sure, take scouting, why not? Alright, so that was a time-consuming diversion. They really didn't get us much, but confirms that we don't want to do that on an actual route. Alright, I think we really need to return focus to getting into the prison. And to do that, we'll go visit our free fountain again. Okay. Actually, you know what? I should really be abusing this fountain more. Because if we sit here and just keep casting high-level spells while we can learn them immediately, then she's going to max those skills a lot faster. Unfortunately, we don't have that much to identify. Well, that was interesting. So we identified her portrait. Did that actually get her... I think that actually gave her skill, though. Oh, let's try that again. So she's got 44 cast. Okay, maybe not. That would have been a fun little workaround. What was I doing? Okay, yes, getting things to identify. We don't need to cast this high level, but again, the more we do it, the more points she'll get. And I think the only other unidentified thing we have... No, that was it. Okay. So it's also fun because this game really punishes you for misclicks. If you try to cast a spell that is pointless, it just takes the points away anyway. What what we can do is sit here and just keep casting Restful. Not actually resting, thank you. Because it doesn't care. I should really be tracking this more methodically. Yeah, this seems like we could probably do some interesting cheap grinding here. We'll come back to that. Because frankly, I don't feel like sitting here at the moment and clicking 900 times. Alright, onward to the prison. Alright, and the prison. Get our map right this time. Okay, that one out. South. And then turn left. And no, that wasn't it. That helps not to confuse your left and right. There's way too many guards. Okay. Yep. If we can get it down to like 2 and 4, we're in pretty good shape. I say that loosely, but that's worse. That is hilariously worse. Okay, now it just seems to want to mess with us. So yeah, having your 2 spellcasters paralyzed immediately is generally not a good sign for the battle. Hey, alright, that's actually huge. Actually, let's see if Hold Monsters works on them. Probably not. That's actually really good. I know there's still 6 enemies left, but getting rid of those 2 troopers is huge. Thing is, you can never take it for granted, even when you're down to the last enemy, because any of these guys can just do something nasty in the last second. Okay. Alright, so we're into the prison. That's a big one. I was going to say we should get a couple level ups out of that. Valkyrie continues to outpace everybody handily. I honestly don't even know what to put her points in. She's getting so many. Ooh. Okay. So this is an interesting one. Conjuration can be really ripe for helping mitigate huge battles. But silence can also screw over enemy spellcasters, which is huge. We're going to take Conjuration now and get silence later, because we're going to be fighting some large battles in Gorn Castle. Alright, so into the prison. Handily, we already know the code, because we've beaten the game before, and it's always the same. We want the keys. And I believe this is the correct cell. Yep. Alright. So, this is our friend, Lieutenant Beauregard. He is happy that we've rescued him from prison. And he, yeah, basically gives away that his entire empire's in civil war. I honestly forget what I'm supposed to be asking him. the keyword. I probably shouldn't have scrolled right through that. Hold on. It was... I need to ask him about the letter. Because he's going to give us... Oh, right. I have to ask him about his castle. That's what it is. Thank you. There we go. Sure, sure. We'll never tell anybody. So yes, every NPC in this game likes to talk a lot. And there's no way to skip through their conversations quickly, even with text at maximum speed. So he tells me I need to go see his king, and he gives me a letter. And the letter is really all we need, because that's going to give us access to the entire Gorn Castle area. Unfortunately, it's an actual item and not a password, because if it was a password, we could have just skipped it. But we need this item. That's going to be our next destination. First, we're going to swing by our friend the fountain, get our free healing. Actually, is everyone... Hold on. What is everybody's status in terms of swimming? Alright, he's good. He's good. Bianca is not good. She's good. She's good. And he's good. Okay, so everyone is ready to start learning swimming, except for Bianca. Because you'll see, even with swimming, just as a point of demonstration here, even with the swimming skill, if it's not 10, she is probably going to drown the second we step into the water. Yeah. So you have to have a minimum of 10, but even with 10, notice how everyone's stamina drained immediately. But once you get it to 10, you can just sort of keep jumping in and out of the water, and it'll slowly build up. But it's hitting that 10 threshold first that matters. And yes, my noble bard just drowned in a fountain. You know what, we've actually been ignoring his items. He occasionally has some good magic items, but not right now. And we also don't have much money because we had to spend it all on that scroll. Gold is pretty hard to come by in this game. So now, with that, we are ready to get out of New City. And here we go. Okay, so the road is a very dangerous place. Because the encounters can be wildly different in terms of how tough they are. And I just realized I ran out the wrong entrance to the city. But you know what? We're going to pretend we did that on purpose. We're going to run back and get that map we ignored earlier. Again, not that we need it, but the treasure chest has some items we can sell and just some potentially useful items. Again, it's random. Ooh, that's a lot of foods. It's a lot more satisfying coming back here later than when we came at first level. And they destroyed us. These dandy foods should go down without much of a struggle. Alright, so that was much easier than last time, and against 3 times as many enemies. Oh, and a level. That's a good level up for her. Just keep maxing out bows. Man, she... You know what, I think I'm going to start turning her into our skullduggery, because she is gaining skill points way faster than the bard is. But again, we need to put some into climbing. Status effects are great for low-level casters because they can just cause trouble, even without much skill. You know, I don't even want to fight this battle. It's just not going to be worth the experience. Okay, here we go. My ninja kicking birds out of the sky. Great stuff. Okay, so she is still bad at this. Alright, this is fortunately a pretty easy chest, but even then... even then. Okay. We're going to try and do this to actually get some experience for her in picking locks. Alright, we'll give her a little assist here. Alright, you can do it. we've got a cure poison right here. So, yeah, it's basically a bunch of junk. So that was pretty pointless. Alright, so we can definitely skip this chest in the routing. We don't need the map. I mean, if we had managed to barrel in here at level 1 or 2, even that armor's just not that worthwhile. This time we'll go out the correct door to the city. Right, so once you encounter NPCs, that's when they'll start just showing up at random. So we freed him from prison, so now he's just wandering around, and we'll run into him now and again, and he can tell us what's going on in the rest of the world. Which is cool from a narrative standpoint, less useful when we're in a hurry. And Morgan, man, he just loves to talk about everything. It's interesting. He's got a nice piece of armor, but we don't have money for that right now. Okay. Ooh. And this will happen, where you'll just keep running into him. That's okay, Beauregard. Yep. Alright. Later, buddy. Alright, I think that is as good a place as any to call it a wrap for tonight. Next time, on to Orc Ogre Castle, where we will be slaughtering an awful lot of innocent guards and never talking about it.